Hello, hello, and welcome to another day of NGS. We are going to be going over to Division C today with our match between HOTS Chads and FC Hong Kong. Now, first thing I'm going to bring up is the playoff race. In terms of that, it doesn't really matter for either of these two teams. They're both safely in the playoffs, but they could still affect the seed that they take. FC Hong Kong is currently in 6th place, and HOTS Chads is currently in 8th place. If HOTS Chads wins the series, they will take FC Hong Kong's 6th place. If they 2-0. If it is a 2-1... No, I think if it's a 2-1, they take it anyway. So if HOTS Chads wins, they will take 6th place, and FC Hong Kong will be in 7th place. If FC Hong Kong wins... I believe they go up to 5th place if it's a regular win, and if it's a domination, they move up to 4th place. So, ultimately, both of these teams just kind of really want to try and improve their seeding a little bit, see how far up they can get. And that's really going to be the main part of today's storyline. The lobby is already made. We should be getting into draft very soon. And I have watched HOTS Chads play before, but I have never seen FC Hong Kong. And to be completely honest, I don't remember too much about HOTS Chads, so it's going to be a little bit interesting for me. There are a lot of teams. I'm still trying to learn and remember everyone's play style. As it does seem we are going to be heading into draft. I expect to see a pretty fun game, especially like these are both playoff teams. This is going to be Div C. They're about middle of the pack teams for the most part out of the division. And since they know this is just the last regular season game, the seeding, even win or lose, it can be affected. It's not going to change too much as we are in the draft. First map is going to be that Towers of Doom. So it is a bit of a slower map, so late game scaling does come into play a bit more. Having someone that can scale well with the late game talents is very important over on this map. And then on top of that, having an offlaner that is capable of double soaking is also very important. So I don't know if Zeratul is played by either of these two teams. It's a little bit more of a niche pick, but it's very good as offlaner for Towers of Doom. But outside of that, Hogger, Dahaka, very strong picks. We do see that Joanna and the Samuro are going to get banned out immediately. One from each side. So we are just going to be waiting on to see what these other two bans are going to be. The Stukov also going to be removed because that lurking arm is so annoying to deal with. I hate Stukov. I love watching him in games, but I absolutely detest playing into it. Jane is also going to be banned out. And first pick Tassadar for Jep. Now, I think Tassadar is okay for this map. It does give a little bit of range. And to kind of match that out, the Li Ming going to be picked up by Calyrex. So it's going to be two poke mages coming out from both of these sides. And the Leoric for Geo, also very good at double soaking. And very quick draft so far, taking no time at all for these picks. The Cyanide locks in the Vala, and Eliel locks in the Anubarak. So kind of the core of HOTS Chads has already been picked. Both their DPS and tank have been selected. They do have the counter pick for the offlane. They know they're going to be matching it to Leoric. But it is pretty hard to counter Leoric, especially on Towers of Doom where the double soak and the clear speed kind of matters a bit more. They will still elect to ban out the Dahaka as it is one of the few heroes that is able to push as fast as Leoric. And both teams are still missing their healer, so that could change quite a bit. And I'm wondering if they're going to ban another healer here, because I think something like the Anduin ban could be okay. Especially with the Wraithwalk Light Bomb combo, it can be utilized to very good effect, especially if the Leoric is off screen. But they will ban the Rhaegar instead, so they will remove a healer, just not the one I expected. There's still a lot of good healers available. There's just a lot of good healers in this game to begin with. Brightwing's available, Anduin's available. And so is Diablo as a frontliner with the Brightwing healer. So Special Chai going to be playing on that Diablo. Garrosh is available, but they already have their tank with the Nubarak, so Like I always say, Diablo doesn't counter Nubarak, and really Diablo doesn't have too many bad matchups. It's mostly just that Garrosh that is very difficult to play into. As Codename Zero locks in the Rainer and still waiting on their 5th pick. It is going to be a triple DPS composition. I did just notice. And Oreo. So I'm wondering, I'm trying to remember, I think Jep on Tassadar or Codename Zero is the offlaner. I don't want to lie here. We'll figure it out. We'll see pretty soon anyway. And the Cassia is going to be the final pick. Cassia recently did just get a small buff. The Lightning Fury deals more damage at level 1. But I believe the Lightning talent has also gotten nerfed a little bit. So the Infinite Lightning Ball isn't quite as infinite. You get less cooldown back on bounce. I think I do favor FC Hong Kong this game just because Li Ming can kill squishies much easier. But we'll see who performs in game number 1. Alright, we are still loading into the game. Should be going in soon. And yep, here we go. Game number 1, Towers of Doom, between Hots Chads and the FC Hong Kong. Also, this is probably bad considering it's my second series where I'm casting Hots Chads, but I only just realized that they're the Hot Chads as well as the Hots Chads. I don't know how that went past my head. I've definitely noticed that earlier, so
the battle begins in 10 seconds.
I've noticed they had the parentheses for the S, but I never understood what the hot was until now. Don't ask. Not even gonna bother trying to defend myself on that one. But now both teams are going to be grouping mid. Geo is going to be going over to that top side first, so it is going to be a slight delay. Will be 5 versus 4 over in this mid lane kerfuffle if it does come out, but no kerfuffle quite yet. I don't. That's going to be my word of the day. I've decided. And it is going to be the offlane Rainer, codename Zero. So going to be a little bit interesting. And I'm curious what build path to go. It looks like it will be the Exterminator just to help with that push. But we'll be taking a lot of damage from Geo. Geo should be able to just jump in. And now a lot of damage on a Special Chai. Phase Rush going to be used, and then Impale lands on it too. And Special Chai just barely leaving. And that's with a phase shift being used as well. And shout out to Irby Hots for the 2 gifted subs. I appreciate that a lot. But anyway, back into the game. We do have a root onto Special Chai. Special Chai starting to get really low right now. But still not going to go down. Yeah, but had to use the well. And Special Chai is just kind of being kept at such a low health bar. It does make it very difficult. It is their only method of engaging in the bot side. Perhaps at level 10. Once the heroics come out, if Fawn of Time decides to go for the Valkyrie build, they could have a second. They could have a second form of engage in the group of 4, but we will have to see. Special Chai now going to walk in as the siege camps are both finished off, and they do have the stun of Special Chai. Phase shift going to come in. Shadow Rush, and J Tizzle also going to be taking a decent amount of damage, but not enough for kills quite yet, but there is a lot of trading going back and forth. And I also just realized that, as we do get the stun over on a Special Chai, and Special Chai once again taking a lot of damage. Shadow Charge can have to be used to get out. Lyle also going to get overpowered into the backside, and Lyle starting to take a decent amount of damage here. Fawn of Time positioning more aggressively. And the Impale is going to go wide. The Sapper Camp did not end up reaching the wall for the side of Hots Chads. However, this Sapper Camp could well still get there. Another phase shift. Gonna go through to Special Chai. And Cyanide is kind of caught out on the wrong side of the map, but with those Hatred stacks, we'll be able to just run away. And now Fawn of Time taking a lot of damage too, but so is Smeblis. Smeblis is starting to get jumped upon. And the overpower by Special Chai. Special Chai able to use the Shadow Charge just to get away. Cyanide is going to vault away in order to get to safety. And now Fawn of Time gonna get hit by the Impale. No follow-up. Lyle's trying to get into the fight as well, but not going to work out quite yet. Sorry, I'm just going to take a moment. Fen, Blinding Light, Lighting Fury. I haven't casted too many Cassia games. I do expect to cast a lot more. With the slight Vala nerfs and the Cassia buffs, I expect to see Cassia played pretty consistently. Now, Font of Time, gonna try channeling onto this altar, but not going to be able to. Burrow Charge going in through the backside. As both offlaners do collect their altars in the meanwhile. And Lyle taking so low. Calyrex looking for the kill, but the shield will come out. Has the extra magic protection. Has the little wormling. And now a special try. Going to go a little bit too far. And both tanks are going to be traded back and forth. Hots Chads and FC Hong Kong. 1 for 1. But at the end of the day, FC Hong Kong did get that extra altar. So slight advantage to them for the play. And their Sapper Camp also managed to destroy a good chunk of this bot side wall during the play. And now Memless going to be walking in looking for potential play. But nothing to be seen here. Level 7s have now been hit by FC Hong Kong. Only a slight XP lead for now, as the Sapper Camps are spawning for both of these teams. So they're just going to be able to clear that out. I think both teams are just going to be able to grab theirs. There's not going to be any kind of invade coming out. Though Lyle is searching. Might be a bit late, but actually no, Lyle is here in time. Now, will they be able to actually defend this? They do have the Impale over on defensive time, but Jeb taking so much damage, gets polymorphed in the backside, and Lyle starting at very low. Phase shift gonna come out as well, but special try. Solo just needs a few more on him. Detainment strike hits him, but now they're going to get the 1 kill. So they did not steal the camp, but they were able to kill that Diablo one more time, and that's going to help clear out this lead. And they're also going to be able to utilize this pressure. It's a Detainment Strike at Font of Time, taken down so low. And the Sapper Camp is going to crash. This bot side wall is completely gone now. Hots Chads getting a pretty good play under their belt here. Now the next 2 altars are going to be spawning, both going to be over on the top side. So going to be interesting to see if anyone does rotate. We do have Special Chad coming in from the outside. Might be looking for a play, but Font of Time taken down so low. Phase shift is going to be used, and Lyle taking so much damage from this tower. Impale going to go out through the back. Going to take Calyrex pretty low as well. And Special Chad, Detainment Strike just to keep the engage from coming through. And both sides are really fighting their hardest here. Geo going to get the altar as this codename 0. But now, in the meanwhile, the fight is still happening over to the bot side. Cyanide has rotated up, so while they're channeling that, is able to soak up that mid lane, able to get the push there. So ever so slight advantage to Hot Shots from the play as another phase shift comes out, heals Special Chai. Lyle hits the Impale on the Special Chai, but not going to follow up on that. As both sides are just kind of playing it slow for now. Level 10s are on the horizon, so I would expect them to go for that before trying to make a play. As level 10 is now hit by Hot Chads. Shouldn't take too much longer for FC Hong Kong to get it. But in the meanwhile, Geo is also down here. So it is a 5-on-4. And the Bro Charge does come out. And Geo coming in from behind. They do have a 5-on-4 flank, but a little bit disconnected right now. Geo is taking a lot of damage. Will Wraith walk away? And they're going to wall it off. The Apocalypse comes out, as well as the Entomb. Gonna go into stasis, so we'll be able to dodge a lot. The Valkyrie gonna come through the back. Jay Tizzle taking out solo, just a little bit more damage. But Jep is gonna be taking the most damage. But no, Geo's gonna go down first. And Special Chad taking a lot of damage. Cyanide just kind of free autoing on a Special Chad. Tries to go for more. Memless also so low. Jep tries to get the poke, but Jay Tizzle is going to take that blink away. 2 for nothing in favor for Hots Chads. And that was a 4v5. Codename 0 is just shoving out the mid lane right now. So huge win, as they do have the Disintegrate coming out from Calyrex. They do have high HP bars. And that's one advantage they can use to try and pressure for this bot side altar. There is going to be 2 altars spawning. But in the meanwhile, Codename 0 able to get the entire mid lane wall. So kind of going back and forth here. And it's really going to depend on who's able to get these altars coming up. The bot side is not being contested at all by FC Hong Kong. And they are, in fact, going to take their sappers first. They're putting priority on that. And Memius, sorry, I think I called them Memless last time as well. Oh, but the Entomb does come out on the Cyanide. And Cyanide just gets blown up by Calyrex. Good catch. And the Black Hole also going to come through. And Font of Time going to get caught out, but just not a lot of damage without that Vala. The Valkyrie is going to bring it back. And the Cocoon over to try to keep Jep alive, but Jep is still going to go down. The Cocoon is going to get broken. Calyrex is back up, able to dish out those really powerful abilities. So much damage coming out from this Li Ming, and they're able to get the Shadow Charge on Lyle. It is going to be the Nubarak, so not as much kill pressure over on that, as one of the sappers does land over on the fort. It's not going to deal too much damage, but the 3 that they're about to steal very well may deal a significant portion of damage over to this fort. They are going to be going kind of the longer way. They're not going to come in from behind. They're going to come in through the middle as the Valkyrie does come out. And now Special Chai taking a decent amount of damage. The Burrow Charge goes wide. Font of Time still looking at just kind of dealing damage from the outside. Font of Time is getting a lot of free hits in. Very well positioned, knows where Font of Time can stand. And the Apocalypse does come out, and they're able to get on top of the healer, and the Disintegrate will get the kill. The Entomb comes out, but not going to land on anyone, and the Black Hole is able to get Special Chai back. But that's going to be a 2-for-1 trade, and the Disintegrate resets coming out from Calorix. Out of mana now, but that is still a 3-for-0 in favor of FC Hong Kong. Oh, sorry, a 3-for-1. As Special Chai does respawn. So another huge teamfight victory for FC Hong Kong. But it has to be noted, Codename Zero is taking that top lane fort. So they are going to lose their bot side fort on the side of Hot's Chads. Oh, but they're also may lose Cyanide, but no, the overpower pushes Cyanide away through the side. Very close to get that kill. Yeah, so it is still going to be 4 forts to side. And it's really going to depend how much are they going to be able to get it. And Jeb going to get stunned up by the Shadow Charge coming out from Special Chai. Able to get the Impale as well, but not a ton of DPS available to take down Special Chai. The Altar is spawning in bot side, so the fact that they don't have this bot fort is more important. And the Cocoon is going to come out, and Special Chai just kind of getting taken down here. Very low. Will be able to get the Impale as well. The Burrow Charger, just so much abilities used to take down Special Chai. Jay Tizzle tried to protect him, but the phase shift was not enough. Lot of DPS back and forth, and wouldn't you believe it, Codename Zero? Codename Zero, you're not channeling! I don't think you realized, and that's a very sad play. Codename Zero is going to go down, will be thrown into the stasis, but will Memelius be able to heal? No, as the Entomb comes out as well, but Memelius is able to just walk away. Geo also starting to get very low. Jay Tizzle able to get the heal. As the Disintegrate comes over top, and Eliel takes so much DPS, the Font of Time gonna be able to clean this up. And Geo gonna get healed up once again by that phase shift. And lots of really good plays coming out from FC Hong Kong. It's so sad. Probably either a misclick or sometimes the game starts the animation kind of, but not really. They should have been able to have that on the side of Hot's Chads, but sometimes these things just happen. Not much you can do, just brush yourself off, as they are able to get the Rain of Vengeance on a Special Chai, but not too much is going to happen with that. Black Hole also utilized. I believe that's what that's called. Yeah, Black Hole. And both teams are now semi-reset. It's still 5 points. Oh, sorry, as the Apocalypse is now burned, and the Oriole just going to get absolutely blown up. Font of Time tries to get the Valkyrie into the backside, but won't be able to do it. As Cyanide is going the Hungering Arrow build, by the way. Something I should mention. So, less damage on the autos, but a lot more onto those Qs. And now they're going to get the Rain of Vengeance on a Special Chai. Now, Font of Time, kind of in the middle. They do not have the Li Ming. The Li Ming is currently in the Cocoon. Eliel still taking so much down from Font of Time. And now they're going to try and pressure onto this bot lane fort again. And the Burrow Charge is going to land. And Eliel just trying to buy as much time as possible for the team to get back in defense. Special Chai taking a lot of DPS in through these towers. This fort has dealt so much damage to that team, but they will be able to finish it off. Top side fort also taken back by FC Hong Kong, but in the meanwhile, this mid lane fort has been finished off by Codename Zero. There is going to be a brief moment where they are not able to take this bot side fort back. So I do expect when the altars are ready, it is going to be a 5-on-4 or 5-on-3 altar advantage in terms of FC Hong Kong, as the core does act as an altar. Now Special Chai going to channel top, and Jay Tizzle going to channel the I was gonna say the top east, the top right altar. The bottom one will be responded, and in fact they were able to get it in time so that it is only 4. And they're also going to be able to push out this bot side fort. They did invest a lot to go to the top. They were able to get 2 altars, so it depends how well can Hots Chads defend this bot side fort? Bot lane is the more important lane on this map. It does have the 2 sapper camps. So if you're able to hold this fort, you should be able to have the double sapper advantage. It's not quite as clear cut as that, but oh, they are starting on the boss. Geo has spotted them. Are they going to respond to it? It doesn't seem like it. They're just going to take this time to get their bot side fort back. So it will be an extra 4 damage coming out from the Hots Chads and a little bit of XP coming out from it, as we do see those shots land. And they were actually able to kill Geo. I'm sorry I missed that kill, but I was not expecting Geo to just get blown up that quickly. And they're going to take back this top fort, but this is kind of the disadvantage of getting the top side. There is only the 1 siege camp, whereas there is both available right now on the bot side for FC Hong Kong. Now Special Chai gonna try and keep them at bay, but they're not even going for the bot side. They don't care about the bot side. They're trying to go for this mid lane fort. And this is a very interesting macro decision. This macro game so far coming out from Hots Chads is very unusual, but it's definitely starting to bring out results. They did trade those 2 altars over on the top side, but they got the one at the bottom and they got the boss, so the damage numbers were more or less even. And now they also have the altar advantage. And they're also going to be able to try and defend against this this invade. But the Valkyrie is going to bring Lyle back. Not quite as far. The Stasis is going to come out. The Crystal Aegis. Lyle is still alive. Lots of damage being dealt. And the Entomb comes out with the silence. Level 20s are not hit, but Geo is going to be the first to go. Black Hole has been utilized, but 1 for 1 so far. Geo is going to respawn sooner, just due to the fact that it is the York, but still only level 19. Disintegrate coming out from Clerics, not going to land. And Cold Name Zero dealing so much damage, but now getting the Polymorph back. And J Tizzle just a little bit more damage, 1 more hit, and they will take out the Brightwing. Oh, and Jep also manages to get onto the Diablo, so that's going to be a lot of kills going over their side. 1 more shot, and the Lyle will take down. And in fact, they're able to get all 5 members. Hots Chads winning that 5 for 1. And they're going to be able to start stealing away these siege camps, and very likely should be able to just clear out both of these forts. Now their mid fort is going to start getting pressured back, so they won't be able to get all 6 forts. However, it is just the Diablo and Geo spawning on the Leoric soon, so it may not be as simple as all that. Codename Zero gonna start pressuring out this bot side fort as well. But it does seem like they will have all 6 forts at one point, and that is going to start slowly chipping away at the core if they're able to get a Geo and Special Chai trying to pressure this as hard as possible before this goes down as well. But they will lose the 6th fort before they get one back for themselves, and they don't have a wave. Special Chai tanking, not able to deal damage, has to back out. Phase shift is going to be utilized, and they're going to try and defend this. Lyle going in, and they will be able to get the 2 bad burrow stuff. And on top of that, the black hole they're going to take down. Oh no, JT has a blink heal away in time, but Geo will go down. 4 people with the Entomb, but there is no follow-up, and they just need to defend this as long as possible. Disintegrate going to come out over the top, and Apocalypse going to be utilized. Oh, sorry, not Apocalypse, the teleport. It is still alive, and they're able to get J Tizzle down, and Special Chai is still alive at 400 HP, and this game is just starting to explode in favor of Hots Chads. They're able to get the fort back, but they lose 3 in order to do it. It's 4 HP left. The last altar is here. If Hots Chads is able to secure it, that's game. And Special Chai does not have the HP, and in fact, Memmius not going to let him show up. Cyanide just going to run in, get the kill, and the final shots will come through as Hots Chads wins game number 1. And what started off really slowly really ended up blowing up. And that's the beauty of this map, Towers of Doom. Very often, we'll see a little bit of a slower start as both sides scale enough where they can really start shoving out the lanes, where they get all their abilities up so they can really start exploding the forts. The forts are really strong when you're still a low level. But I have to give huge credit to Hots Chads for that. They were on the back foot for a good chunk of that game. And Codename Zero was also able to just kind of win out the top side. And this Rainer with Exterminator was out pushing Geo on the Leoric. I don't know if this is some new tech from this new patch or if this is something that's always been out there, but I've never seen it, and it was an incredibly exciting play to watch. That was the end of game number 1. We will come back for game number 2. We will go to a short break, But before that, huge shout out to Irby Hots. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that correctly. With a total of 3 gifted subs during that game, as well as the follow. So very much appreciate that. And then on top of that, I would also like to thank AFK Journey for sponsoring this stream. Download for free, link will be in chat, and even just installing the game really helps me out. And AFK Journey is an exploration gacha game. So if that's up your alley, I do recommend giving it a try. I've been playing it for about 3 weeks now, and I've been having a blast. Just 2 to 3 hours a day, and you are basically at full completion. Very nice in-between thing game. That being said, we're off to a break, and I'll see you soon. All right, and we are back for map number 2. Map number 2 is going to be that Infernal Shrines. And before we start getting into the draft, I would like to point out for FC Hong Kong, they did make a substitution. Their captain Gio is apparently ill, quite sick. Tried to play game 1, but was not really able to keep it going. So they will be subbing in Tiny Natai for game number 2. And Gio, if you're watching, if you're out there, I hope you get well soon. And you still put up a great fight in game number 1. So take care and try to get well. But now, moving back into this draft. So it is a different map, but the bans have stayed the same. Hots Chad banned out the Joanna and Stukov. And the Samuro Jaina ban is going to be coming out from FC Hong Kong. One thing I am noticing, I don't know if either side plays Hogger, but Hogger is currently up. Very annoying hero in this map. But so far, slight different draft. Calorix is going to pick up the Tassadar this time, so we'll deny that away from the Hots Chads. Cyanide will lock in the Vala again. And I did mention before, she did get nerfed, but she is still very much powerful. She is still a very strong carry. And Delilah is going to be staying on that Anubarak. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Anubarak was able to bring out a lot of pressure for them in that last game. With multiple bro charges, with the multiple impales, and very well placed cocoons. Just kind of keep Calyrex from blowing up the entire team over on that Li Ming. As Rhaegar and Sonya gonna be locked in here, so definitely starting to come out to be a more different draft. Rhaegar was banned out in the second phase last game, so decided to lock it in first phase for FC Hong Kong. And with the Sonya locked in, that is going to be Tiny Natai is in the offlane. I wasn't sure if they were going to swap any positions, but it does seem like Tiny Natai is just going to fill in or exactly Geo's position. Just going to be playing in that offlane. Sylvanas has been banned out by Hots Chads and Brightwing by FC Hong Kong. So we will see 2 new healers this game. At the very least, Hots Chads, they... Oh, actually, no. Who did they have in the hero last game? Oh, yeah, they had the Oriole. So Oriole is still available if Memias wants to run that back. But it is a bit of a different map, a little bit of a different win condition. And Jeb going to lock in the Gul'dan, so another poke mage coming out. And Tyrande, that's a very interesting lock-in. So, a little bit of a stun coming out. And I believe in good games, Tyrande is able to dish out a lot more heals. However, it is a little bit less consistent. And Fawn of Time going to lock in the Tracer, so very different draft coming out for this map. And Diablo for Special Chai. Okay, at least we have something that's staying consistent here. Now we're waiting most likely for the offlane. It is Codename Zero, but last game did play the the Raynor, and this game is going to play the D.Va. I have seen D.Va get started to be picked up in a lot of my solo queue games. And I believe Div C is around my rank. I'm low plat, high gold. Correct me if I'm wrong. So is something that I've seen people practicing and playing. So gonna be really interesting. I don't think I favor either draft. I think both of these sides have a pretty good shot of winning. And once again, it's just gonna come down to execution as we head into game number 2. Alright, and we are in map number 2. So with the Infernal Shrines, you do have to clear out the skeletons. It isn't quite as simple as just channeling the altar like in Towers of Doom. So these fights, you're going to have a bit more time before you have to commit to it. But at the same time, if you do want to take it, you do need to start earlier on it. You're going to need more time in order to finish off these objectives. But the Punisher is going to be a quite strong objective to get for either of these two teams. And especially because both sides are somewhat lacking in the tank department. Like if Special Chai goes down, it's going to be very difficult for FC Hong Kong to catch those leaps. Tiny Natai can kind of do it a little bit. Or Tiny Not AI. I'm just going to call him Tiny Not. I think that's going to be easier. But now Special Chai going to get hit over by the Burrow Charge. Follow-up stun lands as well. And Codename Zero is just going to be rocket boosting around and just dealing damage over to Tiny Not. And now with this fight continuing on, they are able to get a huge stun over onto Lyle, but going to be traded back. Sorry, I don't really know the Tyrande's name. Lunar Flare and Sentinel. Those are the two main ones, other than the generic heal of Light of Elune. Or Loon, something like that. Doesn't matter. I'm not ever going to be saying that one anyway. Special Chai is starting to take a decent amount of damage from the corruption. And just so much DPS going back and forth. But the poke, once again, favoring Hots Chads. They really like these long-range compositions. Jep seems very comfortable on the School Dan. And last game looked very comfortable on that Tassadar. And now Tiny Knot is going to be able to shove at that mid lane. Will be caught by Jep and is in fact missing a little bit over on that top side. Codename Zero is going to try canceling that return back. kind of delay it, make sure they don't get full XP out of it, as they are engaging over onto the siege camp. The siege camp is starting to get really low. Special Child is already sitting on it, and Caloric's able to deal a decent bunch of damage over the top. But now Special Child is kind of caught. Codename Zero able to body block. And Tiny Knot is here now, but the siege camp is already stolen, and they've already gotten first blood for Hots Chad. So very strong start from them so far. The bot side is going to get shoved in by Calorix, but it doesn't really matter as much. They were able to get the kill. They were able to get the siege camp, and they're also going to be able to secure their own. There's not going to be any kind of answer from FC Hong Kong, as Calorix is now looking over at this bot side neutral camp. And Lyle going to start on it right away. The numbers advantage is no longer there, but there is a talent advantage from Hots Chads. They do have the level 4. And Special Chai going to get onto Jep. They're looking for the angle. Cyanide and Lyle going to come away from the camp just to try and dissuade any kind of follow-up engage. They were able to kill one of the siege mercenaries, but they were not able to continue to finish it off right away. But doesn't look like they will be contested. So that's going to be yet another camp going over for them. As instead, they are looking for mid-prio. Codename Zero did just get back into the mech. Gonna use the rocket boost to get away. Is in fact just trying to trade. Codename Zero able to tank a lot of damage. And they were able to kill the Diablo on the bot side. And Codename Zero is going to get dismounted, but will be okay. Will not lose that full life. So huge favor. Yeah, huge favors coming in for Hots Chads. They're in a pretty solid lead. And in fact, Alao going to go in. Lunar Flare going to come out over top. But Alao's really not scared right now. Alao knows they have the advantage with the bot side, but Alao almost goes down. Calix tries to go for the snipe, not going to land. It's slightly off to the side. Timed almost perfectly, however. But now Codename Zero is going to be fighting with Tiny Nate. Will get back into the mech and just start trading back and forth. There is a little bit of a fight. Cyanide taking the stun from Special Chai, and Jep is dealing so much damage here. But it's important to note the skeletons are still in favor for FC Hong Kong. Tiny Nod, what has started that objective during that bot side fight? And now Tiny Nod and Fawn of Time are both trading onto Codename Zero, so that's going to be a lot of damage. Tries to get away. Jay Tizzle is going to be getting hit over in the backside. They're able to get the Shadow Charge and the Overpower into Lyle, but both sides still very close. The pressure overall is coming out from Hots Chads. They do have the level 7, and it looks like the level 7 is all they're going to need. They have the pressure. They were able to push out FC Hong Kong as they try to lock in the last ones. There will be another opportunity. Lunar Flare coming out over on a Special Chai. Level 7 now hit by FC Hong Kong. And they are hitting the Fawn of Time. 1 HP left, and we'll have to recall back into the team. The mech comes out for the self-destruct, and we'll split the fight into 2, and Calix is on the wrong side of it. Is going to get comes down and is dealing a ton of damage. And Lyle very low. They are going to get the overpower. One more auto, but we'll be able to get the shield in time. And now Codename Zero and Memius. And in the back line, both the healer Jay Tizzle and was that Tiny Knot? No, I don't know. Tiny Knot's dead now, so was alive when I started that sentence. And that's going to be a 3-0 in favor of Hots Chads, as they're really starting to dominate in this game. And with this Punisher, they're able to get the fort, and they might even consider pushing out onto the wall. It is even talons right now, but they do have a level and a half advantage right now over FC Hong Kong. Now the leap gonna go off onto Special Chai. Lots of damage over the wall. Gonna have to force them back a little bit. And they will be able to get at least one of these cannon towers. I expect this entire wall is going to go down. And in fact, the Punisher might even be able to get a decent amount of damage over onto this fort. But they will pull the Punisher back and will clean it out. The fort did end up taking a little bit of damage, but the keep actually, but barely noticeable. And in the meanwhile, Codename Zero is dealing so much DPS over to this fort. This fort is now at a quarter HP, as a bruiser camp has been stolen top. But now Tiny Knot is looking for the kill. Will in fact be able to dismount Codename Zero. But Codename Zero will be able to use the ray gun to finish off this fort. Level 10s are now hit by Hots Chads. And they come in, they steal the siege camp as well. They're stealing everything. Every single part of the map right now is theirs. They have such a big lead, and they're pushing the pace. They got the top fort, bot fort. Now it's time to work on the mid fort. They have the siege camp helping them out, as well as little scarabs from Lyle. They were able to clear out the bruiser camp over on the top side, but now they have to come back mid and respond to that. And again, the Scarabs are just still coming out for Lyle, and they're just bursting down these towers. They're taking down these gates. And this entire wall is just taking so much DPS. Oh, but they are able to get a Lyle into the back, but Burrow Charge is going to be utilized to get back over the wall. They do have the wall coming out from Calyrex, which I believe, the Force Wall. But they're going to finish off this entire mid lane wall, and it's only 7 minutes. They were able to get so much of their buildings and structures taken down this early on. And now they can go back, reset, and collect their camps and try to push again. The siege camp has been finished off by Codename Zero, and now they're going to take down this bruiser camp over on their side of the map. Special Chai level 10 now, so FC Hong Kong is on an even talent here. The bruiser camp has been finished off, and Lyle spots out the team. Neither side's really going to engage. Doesn't seem to be in anyone's benefit. Tiny Knot and Codename Zero are trading as the Rocket Barrage comes through for a good amount of poke. And it looks like they're deciding where they want to crash with. They do have the bruiser camp top. They have the siege camp mid. Bruiser camp is a little bit stronger. If they're able to zone away from the shaman, they should be able to get a decent amount of poke over onto this keep. However, it does look like for now they're just able to get the pressure as Codename Zero forced to use the rocket boost to get out, and they're going to use the Horrify on a Special Chai. And Special Chai taking so much damage. Ancestral Healing coming out, but now the Lightning Breath is going to come through, and they're able to get 3 of the black hole. Font of Time trying to continue on with the DPS. They're also able to get the lead. Codename Zero starting to get very low, but they are going to get Font of Time first, and will follow up with Not. And Calyrex also taking down quite low, but just not enough DPS left. That's another 2-for-0 trade, and the level 13 talents were there. Hots Chads, they're just stronger. Their stats are higher, and they're able to play cleaner so far in this game. Another pressuring onto this mid keep. It shouldn't live for too much longer, as Codename Zero will be able to finish it off alongside the rest of the roster. And that's insane. An 8.5 minute keep. Top keep has taken almost half of its HP, and Codename Zero going to go back top to help apply pressure. The next Immortal is available right now. Will still take some time to take down all of these skeletons. And that's a little bit of a benefit for the FC Hong Kong, as they do get onto Codename Zero. Able to get the Light Bomb. And Codename Zero is trying to get very low and should be going down here. Font of Time is going to clear that kill. And level 13 should be getting picked up by them as this Punisher spawns. However, they could consider contesting it. It is 4v5. But looks like they don't want to try risking it, as the 30th skeleton is about to go down. So Mortar Punisher is going to be spawned by the Hots Chads. But because they were able to get that kill, they're able to get a little bit of pressure in the offlane. So they don't need to worry quite as much about that top side. They could group as 5. There's not going to be any D.Va pressure coming out in the meanwhile. So they can put all their attention towards the bot side, and Tiny Knot is coming through the backside. They were considering a play, but not going to happen. Horrify going to be used to just zone out Special Chai. Just like that, the bot side wall is completely destroyed. And now Lyle still roaming around, trying to be threatening, and the leap onto 2, and they're able to follow up on it. Font of Time is very low. Light of Vengeance, but the leap lands onto 2, and it lands onto the backline. Cyanide injecting so much damage. Lightning Breath over top, able to take down both. And now Memius is going to start getting run down. Tiny Knot and Font of Time, both DPSing and Special Chai, will come help as well. And it's actually a triple kill for Font of Time. We'll continue chasing on to Lyle as well. They still have plenty of time to look for that extra kill, but is a little bit low damage over on the Tracer, but we'll be able to finish off an unofficial quadra kill coming out for Font of Time. The Punisher does go down to this bot side keep, but they were able to take it down to half HP as well. And Tiny Knot able to come back top and deal with the pressure, as Codename Zero only now starts getting to lane. And that's the advantage of getting that pick off early on. Yes, they did have to lose the Punisher for it, but because it was a 4v5 advantage, because they didn't need to worry about the side lane push, they could just safely engage 5v4, even down a talent here, I believe. Oh no, sorry, they did get their 13s in time. They were able to get the teamfight win, which also lets them steal the siege camp. They were able to get a lot of value out of this. But now Codename Zero is looking for a possible engage. Special Chai just going to use the Shadow Charge to get him out. And level 16s are now hit by FC Hong Kong. And they're only half a level down now. They really managed to close down onto this lead, and the lead has shrunk so much for the Hots Chads. But let's not make the mistake. Hots Chads is still very much in this game. If they can slow down the game a little bit, kind of collect themselves and get back into the position they were, they are still in the advantageous position. But really well fought from both of these teams so far, as the Bruiser Camp is going to get finished off. They take it as the 5-man squad. There is safety in numbers. But even if it is slightly less efficient, I like that mentality here. They're just trying to slow it down. They're trying to make sure that they do this cleanly. And Leap going to come out, but so's the Cocoon. And there is no one here to kind of protect it. And they do have the self-destruct coming out as well. And Tiny Knot just going to get absolutely blown up. The self-destruct dealing so much damage. The corruption is going to be landing over top by Jeff, as the wall does come through, and Codename Zero taking out very low, but is able to just get back into the mech. Gonna be tanking down right now. Lunar Flare gonna stun Special Chai and just kind of delaying any kind of potential play. And a lot of damage is coming through by Kelletrix. And Memmius also taken out very low, has about 1/4 HP, but it's just going to go invisible and run away. They're able to finish off this top keep for Hots Chads. And again, it's just that single pick ends up turning into an objective for them. And they've been able to do this consistently. And with the map pressure they have now, there is the top side shrine spawning. And that top shrine could, in fact, potentially be the key to ending the game for them. And now Lyle going to get stunned back. Calorix trying to deal damage over top. But Special Chai is the one taking the most damage. And Lightning Breath going through over the top. Maybe it's starting to get pretty low as the Pulse Bomb is coming through. And Leap over to the backside. They do get the Horrify and the Cocoon. And the Black Hole is going to come through as well. Codename Zero did get dismounted and will go down over this backside. And they were also able to finish off. Oh, and Lyle will barely stay alive as Tiny Nod gets taken down instead. The Siege Camp did go over, but Special Chai just needs one more hit, and Special Chai will go down. Calix looking for Cyanide, will not have the range. And now the Pulse Bomb will take down a Lyle. Jeb just running in 1v2, knows he has the advantage. And Calorix, Fawn of Time, trying to help as well. Not a lot of mana left for Jeb, but is just going to be trading that HP for the mana. Now Fawn of Time is starting to get very low. Calorix gets taken down, and Cyanide will finish off that kill. And I believe in total that was a 3-for-2 in favor of the Hots Chad. So still well fought by FC Hong Kong, but level 20s are going to be approaching soon. If there was a fight they needed to hard win, it was that one. They did not end up taking any damage onto the core. The waves are only now starting to reach, so they will be able to clear those out. But unfortunately, that means they're going to be clearing out those waves, while the side of Hots Chads is going to be clearing out these skeletons as they spawn the Punisher. It does look like they want to contest, and I truly feel they have to. There's still a little bit of time before level 20s hit. They are not soaking anymore. Codename Zero is going to be grouping up with the team as well, so not going to be trying to gather that level 20 for them. But now, Fawn of Time, Special Chai, and Tiny Knot are all up here. If they do get Cyanide, but not going to have any follow-up. They're able to get the Impale over on a Special Chai as well. Leap lands onto 3, but there's no follow-up. Lightning Breath coming out over the top, and Scissor Healing not going to come out in time. J Tizzle is able to get the kill, and now Cyanide is just taking down Tiny Knot. And we see a fight happening on both ends. And Codename Zero is going to use that self-destruct. Not going to land on anyone. Will be used purely for zoning. The wall is coming out right now. The triple blast onto Calorix, as Lyle's trying to burn him down, and will be able to in the end. Fawn of Time needs one more hit, and the Hungering Arrow will be recalled, but will not recall the multi-shot. And that should be game. Hots Chads, very convincing win for map number 2, as they get the dominate and are able to move up in the seeding for these playoffs. And I gotta say, they played this very clean. They played this very measured. There was a little bit of a hiccup in the mid game, and a lot of that was also just due to the good plays coming out from FC Hong Kong. But in the end, they were able to secure it and get the domination. And that is going to be our series for today. Hots Chads putting an absolute clinic. Game number 1 was very close until Hots Chads were able to blow it open with their macro plays, especially coming out from the value from Codename Zero's Rainer. But this map number 2, they put on an absolute show for us. But again, FC Hong Kong, even though they got dominated, they are still in the playoffs. Hotschads will go up a couple positions. And in fact, let me just double check the rankings. Yes, they should be now at 23 points, tied with Bad Rats. Games won are tied as well. However, FC Hong Kong does win that tiebreaker due to the head-to-head. They did win 2-1 earlier this season. So really well played by Hotschads. Congratulations today for the win. And that will also be our stream for today. Only a single cast today. I will not be live tomorrow, but I will try to pick up a game on Sunday. We'll see which one. I have not decided yet. Thanks to Tixmaster and Trashmouse1. Oh, whoops, 1 second. All right. But yeah, with that, that's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all for watching. I will be live Sunday. So have a good night and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.